Hi everyone, my name is Wendy Bashi and you are watching the 77% magazine. We are here in Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In this city there is music and art everywhere. So today we are talking about culture and the appreciation of the cultural heritage. I'm going to the first expert. Alej, can you tell us what art means to you?
Art, for me, it's something that defines you. Art is the component that describes who you are, that shows our identity. And so, in short, our art is us. That's it.
Bref, notre art, c'est nous. Voilà.
Alors, je vais me tourner vers vous, Oracle.
So, I'm going to Oracle now. You are one of the first female rappers here in DRC. You must have had a lot of challenges to get where you are today. Can you tell us about the obstacles that you have to face in your career?
Vous avez dû rencontrer tout au long de votre carrière.
Well, first of all, I think that being a woman in the rap world, which is considered to be less noble than rumba, is already a problem. You see, there are men who look at you like, what is this woman doing in rap? In my case, I had my family that was there for me even when nobody believed in what I was doing. Even when we were called dreamers. At the time, we were just considered crazy people who were getting into something that was out of our world.
Je me tourne vers vous, Christian Loumou.
I will now go to Monsieur Christian Loumou. Your party is ruling the country today. How do you support them?
Concrètement.
Nous prenons notre temps d'abord de les écouter, et tant que peuple.
We are taking our time, first to listen to them as people. We are especially putting pressure on the government so that the copyrights are respected. And we're also fighting against piracy because they also make money off the artists. It is also a profession.
Au-delà de passion, c'est aussi une profession.
Alors, vous dites que vous travaillez en termes de droits d'auteur. Moi, je vais directement...
So you say that you are working in terms of copyrights. I will now jump to Baya Chamala. In terms of copyright here in DRC, do you agree with Christian
Que
Loumou?
vient de dire tout à l'heure Christian Loumou.
I think so. There are some efforts that are being made, but they are not effective. They are not effective because the Ministry of Culture is not very involved.
So what you are telling us this afternoon is that in terms of copyrights and cultural policies, nothing has been done here. So that makes you disagree.
Absolutely. There have been efforts by the predecessors of the current Minister of Culture who made the initial plans. But every time a new minister comes in, it doesn't work out. We always start from scratch. The files are in a closet. We ask ourselves, what's going on? Either people are idle sitting on their hands or they are going to work to make real reforms.
Merci.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going back to Alej.
Like Lumu, they say they support us on copyright issues. I'm going to stay on that right now. I've been in a lawsuit for 2 years against a big brewery company that infringed my copyrights, and I brought all the proofs forward. Now, it happens so that justice has its own ways in this country. I, as a small fish who does not have $100,000 to bribe people, I find myself facing monsters. Facing a multinational that bribes important people who are in the circuit. There have been accusations of corruption at the judicial level as well. Sadly, nothing has been done about it for the last 2 years.
Corruption au niveau de la justice, et ça fait 2 ans qu'il n'y a rien qui est fait.
We have a concrete example here of an artist whose rights have been violated. Mr. Lumu was talking about copyrights. Your party is ruling the country. What do you want to say to what you just heard?
What he is saying is the reason why we came to power. The president repeated it even in Goma. He said if we have a real problem with our justice system, we will not be able to change the country. We have to change the country with everyone's involvement.
So now we are going to look at the structures because we have artists here who are talking about copyrights. They are talking about the value of their work. Do you at this point feel that you have been supported?
We are a Congolese structure. We sought the help of the institutions. But if it doesn't work, it's just not going to work. As a result, we don't have any help. But we are making do with what we have to help the artists.
Avec le peu que nous arrivons, encore une fois, à voir de l'extérieur, nous soutenons les artistes d'ici.
So I'm going directly to the authority. Mr. Diabanza, what do you want to say?
The problem is global. It's the responsibility of the politicians, but it's also the stakeholders who are responsible. The artists must fight. We have been able to make our rumba famous on the other side of Europe thanks to this musician, and that's without any support from politics. Why did this happen? They understood that they have to sell their product.
So with everything that we've heard today, is there any hope for the cultural sector here in DRC?
Bon, il y a de l'espoir. Pour moi, il y a de l'espoir parce que...
Well, there is hope for me. There is hope because we will not stop fighting. We won't stop doing what we used to do because there are two political representatives who admit that they are powerless. But at the same time, they try to blame us. My hope is that Mr. Diambaza will help us to find solutions to our problems. Today, let's look at all these faces we have here. Dada Casino, who today is doing huge things. But why did Dada get more support from French and Belgian government than the Congolese government? I have toured the United States, I've toured many countries in the world. I have had support from the US government, the French government, the English government, the Belgian government, but never from the Congolese government. However, since I am an artist here, I pay the Congolese government every 2 years. I renew my artist cards, which are useless to me. Why are you the head of a country if you don't know how to do anything for us? Well, I have a lot to say, but I want to stop here.
Vous ne savez rien faire pour nous. Bon, j'ai beaucoup de choses à dire, mais je vais m'arrêter là.
So let's close with Oracle. Is there any hope for the cultural sector today in DRC?
I would say the same thing as my brother when it comes to having hope. We do what we do because we are passionate and we want the generations that will come after us to be able to say that there are people who fought for such a cause. I think that in this sense, yes, we have hope, but it is a little difficult because the statement that he made is clear. If you have 5 years and 3 years have already passed and nothing has happened and 2 years are left, you should not be surprised when songs like the ones of Alesh are coming out.
We are coming to the end of our show. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to share and comment on our page.